Hi, today I'd like to do another sketchbook tour, and I know it's not been that long since the previous one, but I don't know, I finished it and I kind of, this week has been a bit busy and these kind of come naturally to me, so we'll be looking into this one. And this one contains drawings of people, fast and maybe more considered, some better, some worse. But I've already started a new one, again, just for dedicated to people. And I do work in hundreds of sketchbooks at a time. So these are just my currently worked in, so like those four. But I also like have another one for drawings, like a secret project only, that I kind of don't know if I'll share publicly. It's just like I try to get something to do for myself. But anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, I already started this one and I'm already kind of working my way through it. It's not a competition, it just is the pace that I'm naturally going at. So yeah, I can't wait to show you, but I thought I'll give you a very quick glimpse into my kind of sketchbooks and how I organized them recently. I got an IKEA shelf just to kind of fit them all in somewhere because they were a bit of a mess. So this is my new sketchbook shelf, and on the top left you can see some of my empty sketchbooks waiting to be started, some of my original tiny sketches, and then a lot of lettering, and then some of the later ones are drawings, contain drawings, but these like paper chase, they're like for, I can't remember, they're like not photo albums but like scrapbooks, and I used to use them a lot because they were very cheap, at the time at least. And here are my finished sketchbooks, mostly finished sketchbooks. I think a couple might be slightly empty, but yeah. And here are my current, like either empty or working in sketchbooks and so on. And here are my more comics related things towards the left, and towards the right some books and a comic and some things to inspire me to draw. And on top there's a sketchbook that I haven't tried yet. I think that's a coming video for Patreon or something. And yeah, I love sketchbooks. Okay, so let's get to the actual topic of this video. I love working in these small sketchbooks. They're by Art Creations by Royal Talens, and they come in two types of paper. One is what's it called? Natural white, and one is like pure white, really bright white. And the stock differs a little bit. So this one is a bit different. It soaks in the water, or like watery based mediums much quicker, so that's why I decided to do portraits in it, because I usually just sketch them or use some marker pens rather than paint or ink or anything like that. But yeah, I love them. They are quite affordable, and unfortunately the only way for me to get these, like different colored ones, is online. And these I got from the London Arts Centre when I was in London. If you know any like smaller art supply shops that might have them, I always would rather buy from a small shop. If you do know any, let me know. Yeah, so this is my regular sketchbook. I won't show you too much, but it's just like it's very like yellowy white, which I used to hate, but I kind of got used to. And these are my other two sketchbooks that I'm working on. I just thought I'll very briefly show you. This has like see-through paper, and I'm slowly working my way through it, but this one was a bit expensive. I was gifted this one for Christmas. It's by the Onion Skin Journal, and it's really lovely. It's got loads of pages, so I've been working on it almost all the time, and it's still quite far off, so I'm glad. I've got plenty of time. And this one's by Odd Orange, whom I will always recommend. Their stock is lovely. It's a small British English business, and the sketchbooks are lovingly made by hand by Morgan Rice. I don't know why I said the name funny. And they're just really nice, and it's good to support a local business. They're a bit more pricey, but they are honestly worth it. And I only use them sparingly, like in a way, so it doesn't work out that bad. as always, I'm distracted, so let's start the sketchbook tour. I'm just making sure I'm in shot. And usually at the start of my sketchbook, these are like, I forgot the word, Art Nouveau or something, I can't remember, style. There are different styles. There are some like paintings on the covers as well, which I really want to get, but they're a bit more expensive online because people know they're a bit more rare, so they charge extra. But I'll find one. So yeah, I didn't put sticker on this one because it's already got a really nice cover. And I started in February, on 13th of February, and finished it on 20th of May. So it took me 98 days, and the sketchbook has 80 sheets of paper or 160 pages, so it's quite a big one. And in that time I filled 2 of these with my regular sketching, so a lot of, in 100 days, or 120 days or so, I probably filled like 480 pages or something, so I do work quite fast and quite a lot in my sketchbooks. I just love it. And you can see on some of the pages, you will see day, number, and XYZ. These are, so in December, I started drawing every day. And I was like, if I set myself a challenge of 100 days, I will fizzle out. So my challenge is to draw as long as I can and keep the streak up. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I finished it on day 162. So on the first page, I was just trying out the sketchbook and seeing what I might be using it for. These are, I thought they were Neocolor 2s, but I'm not sure. So like those ones. They're by Caran d'Ache, and they're like, is it not pastels? Pastel, yeah, wax pastels. But now that I look at it, I think they are. Anyway, a mix of media probably on this page. I should have put down the names if it's a swatch. And then I was kind of unsure if I like this sketchbook or not. I used ink, which kind of bled a little bit, and I used some tombow markers and a multicolor pencil. Didn't quite like how it went on this page. A regular graphite and a marker brush pen, which I don't think actually bled through, so it might not be the alcohol marker, I can't remember. And then I just put down some washi tapes just to make it look a bit more fun, and yeah, I love washi. This one's by me, a cat party one. This one I swapped with someone at Thought Bubble, and this is from Rahilu. I will try and put the name of this person's on the screen, if I can find it. One thing about washi tape is it's usually doesn't have a name of the artist, so it's, yeah, you have to remember. This one's by MT, so just like a regular big market brand. And here's the first. So I was just trying to get slowly back into drawing people, and really didn't feel it at the time, so I was just like going for it, and not caring too much about results, whether it was great or not, because I don't think it was great. It's very it's not very loose, but I did keep going. I was watching Sophie McPike and I drew her. I was just inspired to draw her. And I quite like the scribbly lines. Here I was drawing some line of action poses. So how long did it take? So okay, that was the next day. And a bit better. I don't know if YouTube will not like this. And some more live drawing from Line of Action. And some more. I just kept going, It's a great reference for poses, and the advantage of drawing people that have less clothes on is that you can really see what the body looks like. And some more, and I guess it took me 4 days to get back to it or something. Then yeah, I was just trying different things. here's what's it called? A fountain pen. That's the word. And it means using a fountain pen is quite, you know, once you go down on the page, you can't erase it or anything, so that was interesting. I don't know why I said sad here, but I drew someone. Maybe she was smiling and turned out sad, I don't know. Yeah, not the best, but I was trying to like learn to shade a face with just line work, and I struggled with that. Here's more line of some references. I can't remember now. It's all for practice anyway. It must be line of action because I've got the time here. And here I was flying to Poland and drawing people at the airport and struggling, honestly. And you can see how many days passed. 27th of February and again 2nd of March. So between each page, each day, I took a few days break because I just didn't feel it at the time. But I was like pushing through it and trying to, you know, get used to the human form and the line work that you have to do. Like the line work or like the ways to draw. Like this is someone I saw somewhere at an airport or somewhere, and yeah, just didn't love it. Here's I don't have it to hand, but it's like a fake brush pen. Here are all my multicolored pencils or magic pencils, and I love them. I love them all. I don't draw with them often enough, to be honest. I need to get back into them. But then I have so many mediums that it's kind of, sometimes it's overwhelming. So if you want to give me a challenge, pick a medium for me that you can maybe see that I already have. I don't need more. Although I do want to try tempera, but it's, from what I've seen, it's really expensive, so I might just get a couple colors. But yeah, if you want to challenge me to a specific medium, please do, because I would find it really, really helpful. And here the fun begins. So here, as a warning, you're going to see lots of ugly art, but ugly in inverted quotes, or in quotes rather, because it really, really helped me loosen up. And you will see that, like, okay, this is maybe okay, but you will see progress from this later, from where I got from this point through this. Yeah, I'm recording this kind of in the morning, like 11ish time, at 11 AM or something, and I honestly speak much better when it's midnight and I'm recording in the evenings, basically. So I'm trying my best here. If I don't do this, if I don't record this now, we'll never get there, so. So this was at an art hang party, and I'm going to make it. Ooh, I got some stickers from them. It's a weekly drawing session, and sometimes more often on a Thursday night. So in UK it's at midnight. It's a live YouTube stream, but you can watch a recording if you want, where you draw for like an hour or two with Melissa, and she's amazing, and she always provides the references, and it's the best. It's really fun, and she's very responsive, so if you put down any comments in the live chat, like the chat on the live stream, she will always respond to you, and it's very fun. And in the middle of the session, she will like share everyone's progress if you want to share, obviously. If you put it down on her Discord or like send her pictures, she will share them. Anyway, these are 30-second drawings, and we drew them blind as a single line contour drawing. And how can you not love this? Like, they're so derpy. And I learned how to kind of overcome my fear of drawing people was by adding silly little faces on them, and honestly loved it. So here are more blind contour drawings. Look at her, she's so happy, and her hairstyle or hat is amazing. And I started doing this more, especially in the sketchbook, where I just use up some paint on the pages to prep them. and then it removes the pressure of like a blank page. So I highly recommend that. By the way, I am still planning either an art blog or how I fill my sketchbooks video, so that's coming soon. But because I have so many things to share, it's kind of a lot, so I need to plan it out a bit more, and this is easier for me to record today. I love these. This is one of my favorites. Like, her face is just perfect, and I like how I didn't care about making the hair full and perfect, and it still kind of conveys the pose and everything. So these were 1 minute, and I could look at the paper, and I just really like. And I bought a set of tombow brush pens, and they turned out to be. They were supposed to be neon, not neon. What's the word? Pastel colored, and one of the pencils was pens was this bright green, not pastel at all. So I was like, I really don't like it, but I made myself like it by drawing with this pen because I was less precious about it. I started loving it in the end. So now it's my favorite pen. And sorry for swears. I just love these poses. Like, look at how happy she is. I don't know, there's just something good about derpy, you know? A party. This guy, I might make him into a sticker just because. Yeah. This is just a highlighter pen, like one of those. You can get them at any shop, really, pretty much. Yep. I like the scribbliness and freedom I felt with drawing these. And we went through quite a lot of poses that night. And in the past I would be like, oh no, I'm filling my sketchbook too fast, but actually it really helped my art practice, so I don't think it was a waste. These are a bit less visible because I used markers that were maybe a bit too dark on the background. And they're still quite fast drawings, so it kind of teaches you how to let go of perfectionism and how to capture the pose and then worry about the details later. So yeah, really fun. Oh, that face. It's just priceless. But also this pose was super hard. I don't know what's going on there. Look at her. I know it's silly, but it's so funny. These were 30 seconds again, and I could not cope. It was too fast, but I managed to get the whole pose. Another art hang party. So, what was this one? This one was on 25th of April, and this one was on. Oh, I watched the replay. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because this one's from a few days before that, but I drew it on 26. Love the hair. Love how it turned out. And I think maybe we were supposed to draw them blind, but I really wanted to draw them looking, so I cheated. Some more poses. Oops. Very quick. I kind of felt like this character wouldn't be able to do this. I just kind of didn't draw it right, so I added this face. Super fun. As in, it was super fun to draw them, and I hope you enjoy watching them. I'll try and speed up a little bit. Here I was trying to fit a few more on a page, on a spread. And some more. Men are so hard for me to draw because I tend to draw women. I try. This was a hard pose, but also like the skill to make this happen. I don't know how people do this. This was amazing. I just love how derpy he came out. Oops, the foot didn't come out right. Like, I can already see the progress and how much better I got at being confident about my lines. Here's another day, so that must have been another session maybe, or maybe I paused and went to bed and came back to it the next day. That's probably what happened. Oh, that's it. So this was the end of the session. If you can hear the creaking, it's just the floor creak. But also it's really windy outside, so hopefully you can't hear too much of that noise. And the light hopefully is better than my usual videos, because I record them in the evenings, but right now I have daylight. Here's just a portrait, and I really like how the graphite mixed with the background. Here is a series of drawings from Drawing is Free. It's a weekly session or a couple sessions on Monday mornings and afternoons. So it's all on European time, 8 AM. So it's 8 AM UK time and 5 PM UK time. And it's organized by Chloe, and I've completely forgotten her full name. But she organizes those sessions for free. You can join a Zoom call and draw. And the way it works is you have like usually up to 100, 150 people on the call. And if you put your camera on, you might be featured, so you might be asked to pose. And the idea is that everyone, like, people pose for the length of a song, so there's lots of music going on, which is really great. And you draw a person per song, so it's usually quite a lot of fun, and usually Chloe is the first one to pose, which I think might have been her. And I usually really struggle with the first couple, so yeah. And yeah, I was trying to find my way around it. I used to join them all every single week for a bit, and I stopped, so I was trying to get back into the drawing people live, as they will move a little bit. And yeah, I used Neo colors for these two, and I really like how this turned out. My eyes are almost in the right places. I usually tend to draw like one eye higher than the other. I don't know why. I might need to try and learn, like see some anatomy drawing tips or something of how to align them better. And here I switched to one of my favorite pencils, which is one of those. Can't remember if it was this color or the forest color, but seaweed or forest are two of my really favorite pencils to draw people with. And yeah, it's just a nice thing to control, because you can go like this. It's just easy to go soft and hard on this pencil, with this pencil. And I think these two people turned out, I feel like I caught their essence, kind of, in a way. And it's quite hard, because like 3 minutes 22 is not a lot of time to draw someone. There was a cat, so I drew a tail of the cat, because it was really funny. Like a person trying to focus, and then suddenly a cat comes in. I really like how this portrait came out, and I'm trying my more to kind of not aim to complete a portrait, but rather focus on the most important details and capture those, because I think it works. I think it's a more mature way of drawing, in a way. It looks more mature when, like, the end result does, and it just conveys the person more than trying to just add every detail. I really like this person's pose and expression. It's really fun to draw them. And you can see I was trying to add some like help lines and yeah, just trying to get more organized about my drawing rather than just drawing straight, which I often do. And I think it helps with the eye placement, like even this person's eyes, even though the pose is quite hard, I think I managed it. So maybe that's the way. Simple, like the thing that I was taught when I was in primary school. Really hard to draw hands like this, but thanks to Drawing is Free, especially last year, I learned to draw hands a bit more confidently. They're not perfect, but like better than I made before. And that was the last portrait of the day. And here I drew a self-portrait using a magic pencil, and then I added some details in a different color pencil. I don't draw many self-portraits really, so you'll see a couple here. This is the second one, maybe not the best, but I'm not used to drawing myself. And again, I used the colored magic pencil, and then I added more details on top with like regular pencils, colored pencils. And here, another art hang party. We started with drawing blind for 30 seconds each, so it was really hard. But I kind of like how it turns out, and sometimes it's quite inspiring to see. Even if it's like all in the wrong place, it might inspire you for like some shapes of faces. I don't really like drawing profiles because it's hard. I think this one isn't as successful as maybe this one. I think I got that a bit better. I'm not an expert on anatomy, so I'm just doing my best. But I like stylized pictures, and yet naturally I gravitate towards trying to be realistic, but I'm working towards more cartoony, slightly more cartoony, semi-realistic style. So I think with that style you maybe can get away with a bit more. Some more. So I drew this one blind, and then I drew this one within the same drawing prompt. I looked. I can't remember why that was my decision. I went off piste. I don't think the nose is placed correctly, but otherwise I quite like it. And I drew it again. I was whizzing through them. I quite like how this man's face turned out. Maybe the head would have needed to be a bit bigger, but I wasn't using any help lines like I forgot what they're called. So I think overall it's quite good. The eye looks in the right place maybe. And yeah, beards, I find beards quite hard, and like the wrinkle lines and everything. I find drawing short hair really hard, so still working on that. I like this guy. And here we were drawing upside down, which was really fun and really interesting. And it did turn out like people's faces, so overall not bad. I might try this more often. I heard recently about someone drawing horses upside down, and I have to try it, because horses, if you're an artist or if you ever draw horses, you know that they're really hard to draw. If you don't, you're very lucky. Let me know, because I'd love to know people who think horses are easy. I almost can't believe that anyone would. And the bicycles. I think it's bicycles, horses, hands and feet are probably amongst the most contentious items to draw, but I love drawing all of them. Well, I don't really draw horses, but I started to like drawing bicycles recently, so we might be seeing more of that. Here, this was a triple whammy. 30 seconds, so super quick, blind, upside down, single line, 4 whammy, quadruple whammy. Yeah, not the best, but you wouldn't expect them to be good. And it's just, doing stuff like this teaches you to let go of perfectionism and just enjoy the process. Again, this looks like a person. Yeah, just fun. Let me know what you think of these. Do you absolutely hate them? I used to think that scribbles didn't really belong in sketchbooks, that you would want to draw faster and like aim for this sort of thing. But this changed how I draw people. And in the meantime, I can't remember exactly at which stage of the sketchbook I went to some live drawing class. Or it's not so much a class as a tutored live drawing where we would review everyone's drawing after a few, we had a few drawings done, and it taught me a lot, but it's also very hard on my hands and arms. So I don't go as often as I would like to, because drawing at an easel is a whole new ballpark for me, and I have a knee contusion, so I can't really stand for much. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but I did a couple live drawings classes in person, and they also helped improve my skills. Here are some more faces or side profiles. I kind of like this character or this person, but it's not what they looked like on the reference photo. This is really hard. I can't draw hats. Like, I can't. It was quite a quick one as well. Some more super quick ones. This kind of turned out alright. This maybe not so. And this guy was smiling so creepily, like in a good way. I love how I got him. And here is another drawing session with Sophie McPike. It's Scribble Brigade, and she does these 3 times a month. One of them is free on YouTube as a live, and 2 of them are just for her patrons. And this month, so I did all of these with, like, as replays because I didn't join them live. They're all because she's in Australia, I find it a bit hard to join them live sometimes. And these were all from silent movies, black and white. Yeah, they were all black and white, I think. And they were blind contour drawings, so there will be a lot of scribbles here. We start with 30 seconds. And then moved on to 1 minute. And I wish I could tell you who these people are, but it's hard. And I don't really know many silent film stars. But it's just fun. I switched to 4 different colors. Previously I just used the green, but I quite like using multiple colors, especially as they were quite quick, so I added more of them on the page. And I love this face, it's quite cool. It's Picasso. Oh, this was a mayhem. So this person was smiling and looking kind of up. There's another person here, like a full body. It looks like that one eye is here and the other eye is here, maybe, potentially. And this one, I added an extra challenge because this person had lots of stars around her face. I also swapped a pen blindly, so I wasn't looking and I swapped one pen for another and tried to continue, just to make it more like visible what's going on the... I kind of got the eyes, nose and mouth in the right places, and kind of the stars turned out all around the face. Fluke. That's a fluke. But good one. Some more. And here's another drawing is free session. Again, I forgot her name. I was just talking about this. Chloe. And then we moved on to other people, as always. I really like how these 2 turned out. I started shading and like enjoying the shading, and here I tried to add texture. I was using Prismacolors, and they work quite well in the sketchbook, so that was nice. I find that maybe Neocolors don't, not Neocolors, Caran d'Ache luminance don't really work as nicely in this sketchbook. And I was trying like to be more loose with my line work, which I think was quite good. A few more people. I think you can certainly see progress from... Okay, these were maybe not so bad, but like from not being able to draw a person. Sometimes you have a bad day and you can't draw people, but I can tell a massive difference, you know. This was a mother and a child, and It was so cute, but I really wanted to get them both on the page, so I was rushing, which is a shame. I should have picked one. But I guess it's cute. So here I was trying to focus more on capturing and not so much on getting all the details. And I think even though it's not finished, it's a better result. I really like this person. I think I caught them a little bit better than other people. Here, I love the hands. And I love the eyes. Here I found this really hard, especially with the hat on. But I liked how this section turned out. I really like these two pages, some of my favorite pages in this sketchbook. I think I captured these two people actually quite well. And I added extra colors for interest, and I think it worked quite nicely. And I started finding my own references after the session, so I drew these, it looks like maybe mother and child from pixels. So I spent about 6 minutes on each person. They were really beautifully clothed and it was cute. And it was like on a windy day, so I tried to capture that, even though it was quite hard. And here are the last two, again from pixels. I love her hair, how I drew her hair. This one maybe didn't turn out like the reference, but it looks like a person. Gotta take a win. Yeah, so that's it. Do you draw people? Do you draw people fast, like this? Do you do live drawing? Let me know. I love to find out like more about what you're up to and what your interests are. Did you find this sketchbook useful? I will probably add to this video in a second, because I did a drawing. Oh no, actually that will be the next sketchbook tour. So hang on, because I drew a similar session to these, where you draw really fast, with Sophie McPike a few months ago, like in January, and very recently, so it will be in this sketchbook, I redrew it because I accidentally rewatched the session that I've already done, and I was like, hang on, I've seen these references before, and the difference between, like, in the 3 or 4 months between the two sessions is huge. So I can't wait to show you that, but you'll need to wait until I finish it. So that would be it. Where's my favorite page of all? Let's end on that. I think maybe not this one. I can't do this very one. Let's do this one. It's nice. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, you can subscribe. I've almost reached 1,000 subscribers. I can't quite believe it. I really appreciate you all. You can find me on Patreon and Etsy, all under Weird is the Best. Like pretty much everywhere on the internet, you can find me as that. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments any thoughts you had going through this, and what you like to draw. I'd love to know. I think that'll be it. I hope you have a lovely day artsing, and until next time, bye!